Hi guys, I'm Tim Hoffman.
I'm Skyler Eckenrode, and welcome to Tim and Skinny after Tim gives up 8 goals to Mercyhurst. Starting off our countdown this week, bringing it back to that number 10 spot, Smitty. Smitty, I think you've thrown in the towel for the season. I wouldn't if I were you. You're only back by 2 games right now, but it's looking rough. Cam Newton and Matt Forte are looking tremendous. You would have beat anyone this week except the man you played, Brent and Jarrett, who both had very good weeks. You'd have beat anybody else in the league. You would have tied Tim. You still have outscored only Tim and Keeb, so that's pretty bad company to keep yourself around. You're second in points against, so a little bit of bad luck is maybe keeping you on the losing end of things. And you only have 5 starters who have scored more than 50 points, which is pretty low. Only 7 guys total on your roster. And you have no one with over 100 points scored. Beto's the only other person in the league without that. So the depth is not there, and it's showing in your 1-5 record.
All right, coming at number 9, new to this location, it comes in as our tumbleweed of the week, Berticus. Good for you, buddy.
Much to his chagrin.
Yeah, he is not very happy about this. He really would have rather had me there, but hey, we're 2-4. You fucked up this week. You lost to me. Good for you. Bert, you only put up 88 points this week. AJ, Green, Ridley, and Jennings are all hurt or questionable. They're really hurting you. I know you were counting on AJ Green for a lot of points this season. He's not producing. Highlight of your week, Eagles defense, 20 points. They've gone 23, 21, and then 20 this week. Playing really well. That's a lot for a defense. That can really help you if the rest of your players were playing well. But your receivers are really, really weak. Reggie Wayne and Roddy White, all under 10 points the last 2 weeks. You're going to need to find somebody to put in there that's going to be an option since AJ's down, or else your season's just going to slowly dwindle away, and you're going to end up down there with Smitty. So you better do something, Bert. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really want to tell you anything. I'd rather see you just fail and burn to a pile of shit. So go fuck yourself, Bert.
All right then. Okay, I love the camaraderie here. Coming in at number 8, moving up 2 spots from the basement, Tim Hoffman gets the win against their number 9 team, Bert. So, Tim, I think you should probably, though, credit this win to Davey. He said he was going to change his team name for you. He did. He got you the win, so I'm thinking that's the only reason that
Dave.
happened.
Leave it.
That's the only reason that happened. But, hey, it was a good all-around performance for your team. Everybody chipped in their points, kind of like Mercyhurst did today. Everyone on the team got a scoring. You had Cutler. Brandon Oliver was a great addition, which I told you that's who you're going to pick up. Brandon Marshall, Mohamed Sanu, great play. Rob Gronkowski got in on the action. The thing is, you only have 6 starters with more than 50 more points. Only Smitty and Keeb have less. And we said again, you don't want to be in those 2 companies right there. You do have 10 total, however, so there's a little bit of balance. But unfortunately, you got to find out who to play. You made the right calls last week. Maybe you keep it going this week. I wouldn't count on it, but hey, you never know. Flying squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
And man, do I love nuts.
Okay, coming in at number 7, moving up 2 more spots, Keebler. Keebler, you are in a 3-way tie for second in the league, but that's nothing you aren't used to. Key, what I found interesting about your team, you only have 3 players on your entire team who have scored more than 50 points, and 2 of them are quarterbacks, and you can only play 1 a week. So you're in rough shape. You have 2 kickers.
Circle and talk it.
No, Sean Marino is on the IR and will not play again this season. You still have him. And you have 3 bench spots that are wide open. But hey, maybe Dan and Brady can step in and fill those spots. You've got the least points scored against, so there's a lot of luck with your 4 wins. Really, you've scored the least amount of points. You have the least points against, however, so a lot of luck. So maybe you should just rock, paper, scissors to set your lineup. I'm sorry for the bashing, but It was just too much to pass up, buddy. But hey, you got the win. Who gives a shit?
Coming in at number 6, we have TD. TD, you dropped 2 spots this week.
3 straight losses.
Yeah, you put up 79 points, 3 straight losses. Your season is slowly falling apart. You used to be pretty high up on our power rankings, and slowly you're just falling down the charts. I told you a couple weeks ago to play Rivers. I said he's going to be a good quarterback. He's the number 2 quarterback in fantasy football right now. Great pickup, great play. Keep him in there. Lynch really hurt you this week, though. Only 6 points. You need a lot more production out of him. Spiller has not been over 10 points since week 2. I think you need to get him out of that spot. You have Trent Richardson on your bench. He's pretty inconsistent, but I think at this point it might be worth a try for you. I tried looking at your bench, but I just couldn't find anybody to fill in. Your team's inconsistent. Some guys go off some weeks, some other weeks they're just off. So, I don't know. You're just going to have to flip a coin and pick your lineup. But you're playing a really hot team this week, which would be fucking my cousins. So you better watch. He's on a hot streak. 1 win. I'd watch yourself, all right?
All right, then. Coming in at number 5, Davey moving up. Oh, no, you fell 1 spot. I'm sorry, Davey. Davey, you better go back to the old team name because Eddie Lacy put up 4 points after his 26-point week. I know you wanted to help him out. It worked. So maybe now you should go back to Eddie Lacy sucks because, I mean, you need him to perform for you. T.Y. Hilton, though, could be huge. He had a monstrous week last week. He's now had 9 catches in back-to-back weeks. Andrew Luck's thrown the ball to him. It doesn't get much better than that as far as an Indy wide receiver. Alshon Jeffrey is heating up. Your wide receiver core, if those two pull it together, those are a pretty good tandem you got there. Le'Veon Bell needs to score, though. Maybe she should call Keeb and ask him for some advice because he's having trouble getting in the end zone. Keeb has a hard enough time keeping guys out of the end zone. You got plenty of running backs. I think you have the deepest team up to this point in our rankings. You have 7 starters over 50 points, 9 total. Jordan Reed is coming off his injury, so he should only solidify that tight end position. You have a new number 1 running back in Andre Williams taking that job from Rashad Jennings until he comes back. So who knows there. However, you're only 8th in points for, which you're not scoring a lot of points. You're just kind of lucking out because you are 9th in points against right now. But hey, wins are wins. Take them how you can get them. 4-2, good for you.
All right, coming in number 4, we have my co-host Skinny. Skinny went up 1 spot this week, getting back towards where you are used to being up at the top. Like I said before, Donnell, a terrible choice. 2nd week was 0 points.
He caught a touchdown pass.
I stand by my players.
He caught a touchdown pass.
Didn't count.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
0 points. 0. Your Lions defense got you 21 points. I don't know, you can count on that every week, but hey, worked out for you. But also, Rodgers and Murray still on fire. Over the last 3 weeks, they've combined for 140 points. That is a lot. That's a lot of points.
Right, it is.
That's more than Bert scored this week. So, I mean, hey, you could have played 2 players over the last 3 weeks and beat Bert. McCoy's back to form, got you 15 points this week. That's a relief for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I looked at your roster, and your receiving core is pretty fucking weak. You have 3 receivers on your whole roster. So
I only need 2.
So yeah, you might want to get rid of some of those running backs. Maybe drop Josh Gordon off of there and find another option.
Why would I do that? He's coming back in 3 weeks.
Okay. I don't know. I'm questionable about that. But your 2 starters this week only combined for 9 points. One had 9, one had 0. So you might want to look at some trades, get somebody in there. Matt Prater went 1 for 3 on field goals. I'm thinking that for the right price, I might be able to come kick for you. We can go over to Richmond. I'll kick some field goals, put them in from 50 for you.
I hope you don't need to save any balls, though, from getting in the end zone. I'm kidding, Tim. All right. Coming at number 3, we have Beto. Beto, Big Ben, Frank Gore, and Emmanuel Sanders are the reason you are not 5-1 right now. You lost a heartbreaker to Keeb. Ben put up 11 points against the lowly Browns. Gore only put up 3 points. Sanders only put up 3 points. That's the first time he's been held in single digits all season. Picked a really bad week for it. Jordan Cameron is back, and he's back in a big way. However, Jordan Cameron, benching him, gets you the total Burt move of the week. TBM. You benched Cameron for Heath Miller. Heath got you 1 point. You lost by 7 points to Keeb. Jordan Cameron scores 20. Play Jordan, you get the victory. Simple as that. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. Maybe it was because Cameron was 2 weeks removed from that injury. I'm not positive. I'm sure you had your reasoning. I wouldn't necessarily agree with it, but there's nothing you can do about it now. You're still 4-2 in good shape. What I find interesting, you have 7 starters over 50 points, 10 total. Pretty good depth on your team. But nobody on your team has scored over 100 points. Very interesting. So, minus Kelvin Benjamin, though, on your bench, I don't like it. The bye weeks will be interesting. I looked at the team. Weeks 9 and 12. Bye weeks might hurt you. It's going to be tough to win those weeks. You're 6th in points for. But, hey, by the way, you are a road warrior. You're undefeated on the road, 3-0. Let's hope those away games keep coming because you seem to do well with it. So, hey, you're 4-2. Good shape in the division. You can afford to lose a couple, though. I won't be mad.
All right, coming at number 2 spot is our Leap of the Week and our league commissioner, Garrett. Garrett, you put up 132, had a great week. You go to 3-3 now. You're right in the mix, right in the center of our playoffs for our division. Garrett, Andrew Luck, number 1 fantasy quarterback. He has been solid for your team every week. That's a great option for you. Tate is back, and he's in good form. Had 19 points. Bell, who I traded to you, got 15 this week. The only sore spot of your roster this week was Delaney Walker. He got 5 points, but I understand because Kelsey was on bye. I'd make sure you get him back in your lineup because I think he's going to be a better option. Calvin Johnson, though, 0 points. He's hurt. I understand. I was getting there.
Okay.
He's hurt, but injuries do hurt your team. So, I mean, you're gotta maybe get a talk, call into the Lions, have to training staff, see what they can do, get him out there a little bit quicker for you. But Jordy Nelson, 17 points as well. The number one fantasy receiver. You have 2 number 1s in your roster. That doesn't happen very often. He's white. Amazing.
You have 2 white guys.
2 white
leading
guys.
their position in scoring. That's Hall of Fame material.
That's like the golf team getting out of the second worst team spot. But also, you got my joke. You know exactly what I was saying. But Garrett, you played the Panthers defense, -4 points. If I were you, I'd fucking drop them and pick up somebody else because they just are so.
Don't play anybody.
Yeah, don't. I just stop. That's good. Okay, moving on from Garrett. Coming in at number 1 again is Brent Bloom.
2 weeks in a row.
Who the fuck is this kid? Comes in the league, taking it by storm. Brent, you're on a 5-game win streak. I'm happy. I'm not actually. No, I'm not. I hope you fucking lose, Brent. You and Bert, you're on my shit list this week because you made fun of my dough. Brent, I hope you lose the rest of the fucking season. But your team's looking juvenescent this week and the whole season. Juvenescent.
Is that the word of the week?
That is the word of the week. That means to be young and refreshed. After your week 1 loss, your team has gone 5 straight. You may never lose a game again. Your running backs are on a tear. Gio and Foster combined for 51 points this week. All your starters were over 10 points, minus Macklin, who got you 1. I looked at your bench at Macklin. I probably would start playing Deshaun Jackson over Macklin. He's went for 25 and 21. Cousins is throwing the ball pretty well. He's come down a little bit off after his 2 weeks of being really good, but I'd start playing him. Macklin went 8 points, 13 points, and a 1 point last week. So you might want to look into that. That might be an option for you. But hopefully you keep losing, Brent, because I really don't want to see you in the playoffs.
Oh, wow. That was rude.
Yeah.
We're going to get you on here to guest star next week. We're going to get a booster seat right here so they can see you on the camera. All right, boys.
Guys.
That'll do it for this week's Power Rankings. Hope you enjoyed. Keebler, you keep doing you, and women and guys with her. I mean, rock solid, man.
All right. We'll see you next week, boys.